Welcome back to the Perfectly Balanced Podcast, where we talk about life, love, relationships, and everything in between. I'm your host, Destiny, and today we're going to talk about the art of resilience, how to bounce back when life knocks you down. Life doesn't always go as planned. Everybody knows that. Some people don't know that, and that's okay. Sometimes you get knocked down, you face setbacks, or deal with challenges that seem impossible to overcome. But what separates those who stay stuck, I'm sorry, what separates those who stay stuck from those who rise again is all about resilience. First things first, resilience isn't about avoiding hardships. It's about how you respond to them. Life is life. It is full of ups and downs, twists and turns. It's similar to a roller coaster if anybody's ever been on one. That's exactly what life is about. But resilience isn't about escaping the difficulties of life. It's about how you rise after you fall. It's always natural to feel pain, disappointment, or frustration, but what you do next and how you move forward is the most important. I want you to start embracing your struggle and also realize that it is a chance to grow, and it all depends on how you move forward and the plans that you set in place. You have to acknowledge your feelings. But don't let your emotions and your feelings define who you are. Resilience always starts with accepting where you are in your situation, and it's okay to feel sad, angry, or defeated. You have to acknowledge your emotions, but also remember they don't control your future and moving forward. You have to feel it, you have to process it, and then you move forward. Your feelings are only temporary, but your actions are what matters most. You have to build a resilient mindset, and that's all about perspective. A growth mindset is a major mindset that you have to have, especially with resilience. You have to believe that the challenges are always opportunities for growth and not roadblocks. If you think that all of your challenges are roadblocks, you're going to be stuck at that roadblock and you won't be able to get around it. You have to reframe your thinking as well. You have to refrain from always thinking so negatively. I think we, as a society and as people, always go to the negatives. We never consider the positives out of any situation. Instead of thinking, this is too much, I want you to start thinking, this is tough, but I'm tougher. I'm built for this. I've been through enough. So this particular roadblock isn't gonna stop my grind, my shine, or anything else in my life. You have to see failures as a learning experience. And that's what it is to be resilient. I always said, and I even made a video about this, failures are learning experiences. I feel like failures only become failures or severe failures if you give up on your first try. They're learning experiences, but you don't have to quit. I know we all say, well, some of us say, not all. Some people really say that school wasn't something that we didn't learn enough in school to become adults. But one thing school taught us was how to learn. Some teachers fell short. Some teachers did what they were supposed to do. But we learned in school. Resilient people see failures as learning experiences. They don't see any failures as a reason to quit. You have to surround yourself with so much support because it's just something about having like-minded people around you. It's something about having people with similar goals. It's something about having people who are going to uplift you and be there for you when you're struggling or going through a tough time. Because you really don't have to do this thing alone. And I feel like we all feel like we're going to be judged for certain things. But if you have the right support system, you won't be judged. You won't be judged. You don't have to handle everything by yourself either. I know that's something that I personally struggle with. I really struggle with asking for help. I really struggle with thinking that I have to do things all by myself, and that's not the case. I don't even think that's ever been the case. I'm just so much of a person with such a big heart. I try my hardest not to burden other people because I feel like that's just not the way to go. But in turn, I am also hurting myself by not asking for support, by not getting the help that I truly need. When you have a good support system, you can lean on them. That includes family, that includes friends, mentors. You have to have people who believe in you enough, because when somebody else believes in you, it's easier for you to bounce back from whatever situation that you have been in. Also, don't isolate yourself during tough times. Me personally, I have to think. I have to isolate to think. I don't know what this is talking about. But me personally, I have to isolate myself to think. I am sorry. I have to just be by myself. It don't have to be long, but I really have to be by myself in order to figure things out, in order to make sound decisions, in order to just think. Because outside people and outside entities will structure your way of thinking and mess up your way of thinking. But for me, isolation works for me. It may not work for you. And that's okay. You have to find what helps you. But in order to be resilient, you can't isolate yourself. You have to talk to somebody. And for me, I am learning how to talk to people first, then isolate myself so I can think clearly. See, before I would just isolate myself and just go from there. But I've learned how not to do that. I learned it's okay to talk. If people really care about you, if they really love you, if they're really there for you, if they're really your support system, they're not going to judge you. They're going to not be biased, and they're going to be there. They're going to be there. And that's really, really, really how you can be at the highest form of having resilience in whatever situation that you're in. I also think that taking action is important. Even if it feels like it's the hardest thing ever, it is so important to just go ahead and take action. It's all about moving forward. Even when you are scared. Even when you are so scared that you have that knot in your stomach, that you are crying tears. You have to move forward. You cannot stay stuck, because that's only going to hinder you. You have to focus on taking it one small step at a time. It's not about jumping from one side of the room all the way to the other side of the room. It's about consistently showing up no matter how big or small that particular action is. Also, momentum. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. You can do the smallest action. It don't have to be a grand action. You can do the smallest action and still have motion. That is what it means to be resilient. Now let's talk about self-compassion. when you are trying to be resilient. You have to be kind to yourself. I know I beat myself up a lot. I beat myself up a lot, and beating myself up a lot does not help. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't help anything because guess what? We are not perfect human beings. We weren't put here to be perfect. It's been misconstrued with other people's opinions and what other people on the internet think and all of that. And it's not, this isn't that. You do not have to be perfect. I learned that the hard way. I learned that the hard way when you're trying to be perfect and things are just not going the way that they're supposed to go. And it's okay not to be perfect. You're also not invincible. You can get back up and still show yourself some love and some compassion. You also have to give yourself grace. You are doing the best you can. You're doing the best you can. You only have so much to go off of. You've only had so many experiences in your current form. You haven't even experienced half of the stuff that you are going to experience. So please give yourself grace. Please give yourself grace. We also have to start learning how to adapt to certain situations and understand that we can't control everything. And this is a big one for me because I know I talk about how I don't like to plan. I just don't. Because it's a lot of things that will happen out of my control. And I would be so pissed. I'd be like, what is happening? I'll be so pissed, right? And it's like, you shouldn't be pissed because that's out of your control. I have officially let go of control of everything. I'm sorry. I'm a control what I can control. And if I can't control it, it ain't meant for me to control it. It's meant for the higher power that I believe in, or for you, the power that you believe in, to control whatever you have going on. We're also not invincible. We're just not. And lastly, we really have to accept that some things are really just out of our hands. That's just what it is. I will tell you things that we can control. We can control our reactions, our mindset, our decisions, ourselves. We can control all of that. For example, bills can be past due. And although we know the bills are coming every month, we don't know what's going to happen in that month. And within that month, so many things can happen that can put us behind, and now our bills are past due. What can we do about that? There's nothing we can do about that. We just have to accept it and move on. And we just figure it out and take it one day at a time from there. You also have to celebrate your small wins. It's so many things that I don't celebrate that I think I should. Whether it's my reaction to something, whether it's how I go about doing certain things, whether if I'm taking it one day at a time. You build resilience by being consistent. And I know I'm growing up and I'm a big girl because I'm being consistent in certain things. I'm not perfect, but I am consistent. And with that consistency that I'm showing, I'm going to be perfect at whatever I'm doing. We have to start celebrating ourselves and celebrating every small victory that we have. I know for me, even if I do have a small victory, well, this is something I used to do. Even if I have a small victory, I move on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And I just came to the realization, or it was told to me, that I don't have to do that. Stay on one thing, 1 to 2 things, and then move forward from there. But you have to be consistent in 1 or 2 things before you can move on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Examples of this would be, you made it through a tough day. It can be something as simple as that. You made it through a tough day. It can be something as simple as getting out of the bed. It can be something as simple as working out for 20 minutes. It can be something as simple as, it's just so many things that we should really be celebrating that we don't. And I know we don't. And that's unfortunate. But I think we should. I think everyone should. I really, really do. Because that'll make a world of a difference in our lives. That's a part of showing gratitude. Celebrating your small wins is showing gratitude so more can come to you. You also have to recognize how well you're doing. You're not doing the best, but you are doing much better than you were last year. You are doing much better than you were 2 weeks ago, a month ago. You are doing so much better than that. We often overlook that because we're on to the next thing. You have to recognize your progress, because that's going to help you stay motivated, and it's going to keep you focused, because it's a much bigger picture that everyone is chasing after. And because of the small, minor inconveniences or the small things, we lose focus and we're not motivated anymore. So we have to recognize how well we're doing. And we have to recognize how much progress, how much work we're putting in order to be resilient. I want you to remember one thing, though. I want you to remember that resilience isn't being unshakable. It's about being able to bend, bounce back, and keep going no matter what life throws your way. We are stronger than we may think we are. And with each challenge, we build the mental toughness to face the next one even better. So I want you to keep pushing forward, because that comeback is going to be major, and it's waiting for you to show resilience in your life right now. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for listening to the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Destiny. And let me know if this helped. You can make a comment. You probably just can comment. You probably need to just comment. Yeah, just comment for me, because the comments and the listens and the streams really help me understand what I'm doing. I am new to this, but I'm going to be true to this, because I know that people need to hear this. So again, I thank you. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.